All right, hey guys, what's up? It's Angie here, and I am back after Christmas. Um, Shockingly, I'm back. I survived Christmas. So yeah, I'm back after Christmas. Wanted to hop on with you guys for day 17, okay? And so this week's topic, because we got started today, we're starting today, not Monday, but this week's topic, we're going to be talking about something that's going to open the door to possibilities, endless possibilities for you. So with your weight loss and your health. So the last few weeks we've been talking about, the first week we were talking about problematic weight loss efforts, meaning the things that we've been, the motivations for and the whys for that the whys and the motivations, I'm going to slow down. The whys and the motivations for getting started on a weight loss journey, okay? What's up, Holly? Hugs. So we've been talking about that. We've been talking about in the first week we were talking about motivations and whys for starting a weight loss journey, and how the motivations and whys that we've had in the past have become a problem for us, right? It hasn't helped us to succeed in achieving our weight loss goals. So we talked about that. We looked at those different things, the different motivations and whys for getting started on a weight loss journey that we had been doing, right? Everybody kind of had similar ones, but they were sort of different, right? Because it's a personal thing. And then the next week we got talking about experiential avoidance, okay? So the pains that we've been avoiding related to weight loss. So all the times that we started a weight loss journey and then we, got bogged down with a bunch of stress, or it was challenging having to change up the way we were eating, and it was frustrating when we're having a busy day and we've been tied up with work and all kinds of things, and then we're like getting home with the kids and everything's going kind of crazy, and we don't want to stick to our diet, right? We don't want to go and make that healthy meal that we're supposed to be eating. We want to just grab something that's convenient and fast and just get it over with, like that's the type of things that we face, and we don't want to be in those situations, right? So we either run away from it or we give into it, right? So it's either fight or flight. Either try to fight it with willpower and discipline, or flight by giving into it and just like, I'm not going to have to experience this, whatever, I'm just going to, give into it and go grab something convenient and screw it, and then there goes all your health and weight loss goals out the door. Again, right? And so we talked even further, widening the frame even further and looking at, well, avoiding that pain, what is that causing? How is it narrowing our lives, right? So all the things that are being, taken away from us, things we can't get access to in our lives, the things that would bring us more fulfillment, more satisfaction if we were pursuing our health and weight loss goals, that we can't have access to because we're like, that pain is like hot coals, right? So we talked more later in the week about how to approach that pain in a different way and how to relate to it in a different way so that we could actually approach it and we could actually experience that pain, allow ourselves to experience that pain and ride that pain like a wave, and then see that we can actually still stick to our health and weight loss goals while we are experiencing that pain. So not letting it be something that backs us into a narrow life anymore. So that was the past 2 weeks that we've been talking about all that stuff, and this week what I wanted to talk about has actually a lot to do with, a lot to do with what we were talking about last week with experiential avoidance. And so this week, what's going to open up those doors to endless possibilities for us is willingness. And that is what we're going to talk about this week, is willingness. And I think even last week we talked about acceptance too, right? Acceptance being how we can approach that pain in a different way and accept that pain and discomfort and things is a part of our reality. It's a part of life. It comes with life, right? And so willingness is the topic of this week. And I'm going to get into like exercises and things that we can do. But, tonight I wanted to talk about how, ironically enough, I wanted to talk about willingness tonight, because willingness, if you can bring willingness into your experience with dieting and weight loss and all of that stuff, that's going to help you to get through that pain and stuff. But it's funny because I'm not having to, practice willingness after yesterday. I was like, this is funny because today I wanted to talk to you guys about willingness, and like, it'd be like if I was missing, as if I was missing what I ate yesterday, and it was really hard for me to not go back for seconds today, right? However, that's not the case. I'm actually really don't want to look at or touch anything that I ate yesterday. So it's just like not requiring any kind of willingness from me. I'm like 100% willing, like it's not requiring any bravery or courage or anything from me. I'm like, it's easy breezy. I'm like, I don't want to touch anything. I just want to eat my healthy food and feel good and have energy, and it's all good. It's all going to be okay. That was pretty rough. When I ate yesterday, I was bad. I was pretty bad. So, but willingness, okay, guys, this is something that is so powerful, because what happens is we become unwilling to experience that experiential avoidance, right? We become unwilling to experience that discomfort that comes when you start on any kind of weight loss journey, right? How many times you started a diet, you started some weight loss program, started drinking some shake or taking some pill or doing anything that you could. Mind you, all of this trying different things is just trying to dodge the pain. You're just trying to find the least painful road to weight loss, right? Of course, you should do things to help it be less painful, right? You should help your body to not have insane cravings and insane hunger. I know for myself, when I would try to do anything like low fat or whatever, or low calorie, and not watch the carbs, my body was so out of whack from eating carbs. Like, I craved all the time. I was hungry, like bad, like really ravenous all the time, because of the way that the chemistry of it, right? The way it was affecting my blood sugar and everything. So definitely you should find like what helps your body to function like optimal, like at its optimal level, like help it to do, help it to not be like struggling so much and not be sick. So, but that said, like there are difficulties that come with it. So, keeping that in mind, like when you're thinking about how many times you've hopped around from this plan to that plan and whatever, like look at the reason why you hopped around. And for me, I know I did a lot of hopping around, a lot of experimenting with different diets and different ways of eating, and thinking that if I could just say that I was eating healthy, if I could just this, that, and whatever, then I could dodge that pain, right? I was always looking for a way to get around the pain. And so when I discovered this willingness, right? When I discovered that there was an act, right? Willingness is not like it's not a behavior or whatever. It's an action. It's an act of willingness, right? That you actively choose and you take action on being willing to experience something, being willing to have an uncomfortable feeling. And we've got to get into our yin yoga. It's just been hectic with like the holidays and stuff, but the yin yoga is coming here in the group. I'm thinking Sunday we'll do our first class, but that's where you can actively sit and willingly sit with discomfort. Allow yourself to experience discomfort. And the cool thing is that we already do this in our lives, right? We already have situations that are uncomfortable for us, but we do whatever it is that we need to do anyway, like going to a job that we don't necessarily want to get up and go to, or getting up in the morning when our kids are, I don't know, my kids are all big now, but like, I used to like have to get up in the morning when the baby needed, every 2 hours needed, like my grandson, like he has to be nursed every, like, or not nursed, but he's bottle fed, but like every 2-3 hours he's got to eat, and so mom's got to get up and do that. You already like willingly get up and do things even though it's uncomfortable. So what I want to give you guys, and this will be tomorrow's assignment, but what I want you to give you guys in this today's assignment, I mean the week's kind of backed up, so let's just cram it in here and get you guys, commenting and putting your your answers in here today or tonight and tomorrow. We'll just go into tomorrow with this one, but what are the ways that you can see in your own life, the ways that you already practice willingness, right? Where you have an uncomfortable situation, but you're still willing to get up and go do it, right? Like it's deeply important to you that you go do that thing, even though it's uncomfortable. So, like I said, this is super powerful. You know, this is one of those most powerful things, right? That I always say, this is one of the most powerful things. This was one of the most powerful things for me, was realizing that I needed to be willing, right? And not willing like I talked about last week with experiential avoidance and acceptance and all of that stuff. It's not willing like, well, shit, you know, gotta go do this, you know, all reluctant and just like, no, it's more of an act of courage, an act of bravery. It's an act where you are deeply willing. It's painful. It hurts. It stings, right? A bit. Not like insane. It's not insane, but it does hurt. It does sting. It does like have like some discomfort with it, but you're like, it's like this. You're like, okay, you know, like, can you guys feel that? You're like, it's going to be difficult. Like, I'm going to go on a diet plan and it's going to be hard to give up carbs. I'm going to have cravings. I'm going to want to eat things that I've been eating. I'm going to want to turn to food when I'm stressed. I'm going to want to run away from that. I'm going to want to not, you know, I'm not going to want to have to deal with all of this stuff. Like, that is going to happen. Like, can you look at that list? In fact, that's an exercise I'm going to tack on to this video here. I want you guys to make a list of all the potential stresses and all the potential discomfort that could come of going on your weight loss journey, right? Everything that could come with it. And then aside from that, I also want you to do that exercise where you're looking at all the ways in which you are already willing to do things that are uncomfortable in your life. So from there, we're gonna work, but I want you guys to do those 2 assignments. And then yeah, we're gonna reconnect and we're gonna go from there. But do those 2, and then we'll get back to it. So anyway, I'm gonna stop keeping on repeating myself. But yeah, can you tell I'm a little frazzled from like the last few days? Like, I need to like get back to my exercise and take care of myself, and like Angie's got some Christmas pounds to drop and those are coming off already, so like it's all good. All right, so you guys have an awesome evening and I will catch up with you, and yeah, you guys plug your answers here in the comments. So I'll see you guys later. Bye for now.